There's been a major question from many people since the CBN announced the floating of the naira, that is this devaluation, is this a systematic devaluation, or is it a floating of the exchange rate? I want to try to explain the difference between these two concepts and then give examples as much as possible. So for a devaluation occurs when the Monetary Policy Authority or the CBN adjusts the exchange rate and still pegs it at a given figure. So for example, naira was trading against the USD at around 460 to 465. Now the CBN adjusted that figure to, let's say, 650, and it still maintains around 650 to 655. Then we're still adopting our fixed or a semi-fixed exchange rate regime. But what we've seen in the past 3 days since the announcement is that the exchange rate has actually been volatile, which suggests that market forces are actually determining the rate. So for example, now the rate on the day on Wednesday when it was announced closed at around 664 compared to 471 the previous day. Then on Thursday, the rate closed at 702.17. And that day, if you look at the forex turnover, that's the volume of FX that was traded in the market, it was actually very small. It was around $70.7 million that was traded at the IEFX window. Then on Friday, exchange rate stabilized to around 663.03 against the USD. And then when you look at the volume of FX that was traded in the market, it went up by over 340%. A wholesome 311 million was traded at the official market on Friday. That's the highest that you've recorded so far this year. The last time we recorded something close to that was around December 22nd, of course, during festive period when there's a lot more activities in terms of spending. Then again, this policy by the CBN, by the government, has also embraced some more questions by people. Why? What's the need? What's the advantage? So here, initially, the black market was trading at around 750, while the official market was around 460. That's a difference of almost 300 naira. That is an incentive for people to take advantage of that arbitrage, where you see people trying to buy FX from the official market and sell it at the parallel market, because there's a gain of 300. Who does not want that kind of gain? But yeah, so what the CBN has done is that we've been able to collapse that differential. Now the difference is just a little bit around 100 naira or less than 100, and we might see that gap close further as we move on. So that disincentivizes people to take their funds to the black market and gives them more incentive to trade at the official market. Just like what we've seen, there's a lot more FX that entered the market on Friday, 311 million, and it had nothing to do with the FX that the CBN usually sent to that market. Because before initially CBN intervenes in the market, but now the CBN is not intervening anymore, and we could have a wholesome 311 million traded on a single day. I think that's a very big one. And again, it's also going to encourage foreign investors to bring their funds, FPI, foreign portfolio investors, foreign direct investors, especially foreign portfolio investors, to bring their funds into the country, because they feel more confident that the exchange rate is more reflective of reality, and they feel more confident that when they're ready to repatriate their funds from the economy, they won't be having issues with conversion and FX issues. So that's really a big one, and we are hoping to see how this is going to move forward. But of course, join me. I will always be coming here to explain as much as possible some of these policies and how they affect you and I. Peace.